it's not a dream. Close my eyes, 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 it's not a dream.
Have Hot Dog Deep with a monster, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how this match is gonna go. Because Fuel Esports in League of Legends so far has had a bit of a rough streak. It's been a tooth and nail fight. Sometimes they just get there, then they fall short, and then absolutely get dominated in those frontline fields. Against Roosevelt, though, I'm excited. You were saying prior to that this is a team that we've faced prior to.
Yes, they were in our bracket for CLOL. When we fought them, we got 2-0'd pretty convincingly, but the team's been leveling up recently. They've been playing a lot more of League, actually, right? A lot of time early in the season, we just didn't have many. Our players weren't really playing the game, weren't really enjoying it very much, but I know at least HDK, he's grinded. I want to say, like, he was telling me he played 80 games in the last 3 days. And we'll take a look
80?
at our roster. Yeah, he's been non-stop playing this game. As we have Top Guru and Omega Vu in the bot lane. We have Horus mid. We have Yemeni jungle. We have HDK top. 3 of the players are going to be in the room today. As we're looking forward to a pretty good match, right? When we fought Roosevelt Lakers, it was really... The early games kind of just went the way of Roosevelt, and the game fell out of Fuel's control really heavily. It wasn't streamed. It was played during... But I was spectating it, and... yeah, a
Oh,
little
so you
bit
got
of
the
problems
inside
happened.
knowledge.
Yeah, I was in fact watching the game, but it was a rough one for sure. The first game, mid ended up falling apart pretty quickly, and then I believe bot lane ended up struggling as on the side of Roosevelt. I'm not sure about the rest of their players, but their 80 carry is a multi-season like 1.4k LP challenger player. And you will see Nyla banned. They're like the best Nyla in the whole server.
So Nyla will be getting banned for
Nyla
sure.
will for sure be banned. If we leave Nyla open, it will not be a pretty sight.
So then with that in mind, what do you think for at least the bans, what would Fuel not want to be banned? Because if they've played Roosevelt and Roosevelt's been doing their research, what's your estimate? So if Nyla's going to get banned, who else do you think is going to get banned?
It's going to be tough, right? Fuel, a lot of the time, the biggest problem with Fuel has been kind of a champ pool issue around the mid lane, right? Horus has very few champs that he's really, really confident on. The Cho'Gath got a little bit bullied, I won't lie, last time they played.
No,
Roosevelt's
not
mid
my
played, it
Cho'Gath.
played Echo, and it was really just not close.
Uh-oh.
So maybe I think Fuel, they're gonna have to prio a strong control mage for Horus. He's been playing the game a bit more as well, so there's more practice on the board for everyone. Making sure you have a good bot lane matchup, because if you let Roosevelt's AD carry run, like get them into a fine matchup or a winning matchup, the game will probably end. Right? They played Ashe Seraphine last time I watched, and it was not close. So a lot of options around that, right? We'll see if they can find out the answer, but it all really is going to come down to, what ends up happening in draft. If Fuel can get the prio picks that they've been going for so long, right? It's been, they always want, HK on a comfort pick, Yemeni be on one of those bruisers, or maybe the Mundo. Horus be on a control mage, and then a hyper carry, AD carry, and then either an enchanter or an engage champ for top Guru. I don't really love. He's been trying the Nico a lot. I like it, but into a play, Roosevelt, whose team really likes to play those range support, like those enchanters. I don't really love it, but it is still just going to come down to draft.
That's true. And then with that, this is a really, really important match because this is the playoffs.
This is the playoffs. Yeah, there's no losers bracket. We take
This
a
is
look
it.
at our bracket, right? This is it. This is, you're trying to win this. The winner of this gets a spot in actual CLOL, right? So this is ECAC CLOL. It's basically every team is fighting for a spot in the main CLOL bracket against the invited teams, the best college teams in North America. So that is really what we're fighting for. Last time during CLOL ECAC, Fuel fell in second place to Purdue Gold. They're looking to try to get themselves back there, but Roosevelt is such a towering opponent that they have to beat first.
So say we do win against Roosevelt. Between Binglal and Tufts,
I believe
who would
Binglal
be...
is undefeated, if I'm not mistaken. So I think the favorites for a lot of these teams, so Cumberland actually forfeited. So
Really?
Hunters are already there. You're likely, I think actually every match has been finished except for ours because this is a reschedule. But it's all good. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I would assume Fisher took over Purdue. I know Hunter ended up beating them, and then I want to say Binglal probably would beat Tufts, but I don't know if that match has happened yet.
And then as we kind of go into this, every player is going to have to bring their A game. This is the do or die moment for both teams. They know what's at stake. They know what can happen. It's gonna you gotta play your composition. And I assume with it being Fearless Draft, you gotta make sure you know who you're gonna pick and why you're picking them.
Yeah, and I think we're going to be heading into draft shortly as the teams start to ready up as we are heading into our draft.
Time!
Lakers versus Anshaw, map 1. We have a Oriana ban. That's the strong enchanter or strong control mage taken away from Horus. Right now, the Nyla ban coming in. That's the one that's always, you're never gonna see that one be left open. If it is Rise, I love this from Lakers. Pinch Horus's pool because he has a tight champion pool. When he's off the Rise in the Ori, he looks considerably weaker. So I like this idea from Lakers. It's the first team we've seen actually pinch Horus's champ pool.
Fiora.
You're going to see the Fiora ban. Now, this does mean that HDK could get his Jax. He could get another one of his prio picks. We'll see what Lakers decide to B1. Last time they went for the Ashe B1, Fuel didn't really have an answer. And it is just going to be the Ashe again. We'll see if Fuel does it. I heard a absolute disgusting cook earlier by Top Guru.
Oh? Fiddlesticks top?
Arguably equally as bad, I can't lie.
Oh my god.
He was telling me if they first pick Ashe, we're going to go TF Seraphine bot lane. TF Seraphine bot lane. And I don't believe in it. I don't know if Boo believes in it either, but...
See, my Fiddlesticks top is a joke. If that's the plan, there's a
chance,
Hail
but
Mary
because
strike.
we're in game 1, I don't know if that's going to happen. We'll see what Fuel ends up taking here. As it's
Nami.
going to be Nami. Likely just a Lucian Nami, I imagine. Pretty strong into the Ashe Seraphine. But it does mean Lakers are going to get a safe Seraphine pick and then also probably going to be able to get a jungler.
I've never seen the Nami play. How do they play?
She's a enchanter that also kind of plays like a mage. She's really, really strong in lane, and she really enables her AD carry to do a lot of damage, but she isn't going to have as much shielding and peeling as, like, say, a Lulu would.
Okay,
Brand cover here. Is that going to be locked in? That's a...
Nami Brand?
I mean, that is a really good bot lane. It's also technically a flex. Brand could still go jungle, and probably mid is still in this patch. But
Water,
Brand
fire. Hey, we
Nami,
only need earth and air, and then we got the elements.
Basically, what it does is Nami's E buffs your next ability or auto attack to do bonus damage.
Ooh.
And then Brand's full combo, like, you can really burst on a player. I like this pivot from Lakers, right? You normally go the Ashe Seraphine, but going Bard instead to abuse the fact that the Brand kind of has to play 1v2, or is going to lose the 1v1 versus the Ashe. He can just kind of leave Ashe alone. He can look for these roams. It helps out with the plays as well. Nice sustain. Good laning as well. Like, it's going to be a little bit weaker than the Ashe Seraphine would be, but I still like the Bard a lot. It's just to see what they're going to be drafting here. I imagine it's just going to be a prio jungler. You could see the Vi picked here. You could see the Jarvan as they have a double mobile. This side of Fuel. You could see... Zin could be fine. Ambessa would be a good pick here.
There's a lot.
There's a
of
lot
picks.
open.
More
Maokai is not what I
Maokai-
would have expected.
Maokai coming out. So Nami, Brand, Ash, Bard, Maokai. Fuel to kind of pick. I'm really excited because I get to see champions I haven't seen at all.
Yeah, it's this is a fun one for sure. It's a very, very interesting draft. Lakers draft very, very clearly front to back. They'll use the Maokai saplings and the Ash slow and just kind of continuously pressure Fuel. Fuel's comp, it's a
Dr.
win lane. That's a
Mundo.
Dr. Mundo jungle here for Yemeni. It's very strong into the Maokai because you out clear a Maokai and you can invade him because he's a little bit weak early. He doesn't really have a way to get you off of him. So we'll see what they can do into that. Bans coming in now. I imagine they're mostly going to be favored towards the top side. But again, Fuel have lost a lot of their mid picks, right? A lot of the mid picks have already been pinched out of the pool. I mean, 2 on the side of Fuel's, both the Rise and the Orianna. Galio now going to get banned away from Fuel, so I'm not really sure where they're going to be heading here with mid or with top. I think top you're more likely to see, I think Jax is good. You could see the Ambessa, but I believe the Ambessa player for Fuel is Yemeni, not HDK, so I doubt you'll see that. Obviously, the Fiora is out, so there's a lot open still.
And this being a best of 3 series, it's going to come down to a lot of your picks. But with these champions going to be used right at the start, who's that? Is that Bane from Temu?
That's Urgot.
Urgot.
Yeah, he's got like 8 legs.
Oh wait, I think I see him.
He's
saw
got
him
like
in one
8
of the.
shotgun legs. I don't know if that helps.
I think I saw
Yeah.
him in a trailer. I think
That
for
feels
like
right, yeah.
there's a trailer with Urgot. I think for like Caitlyn fighting him. He was
Oh
a
yes, the
badass.
song.
Yeah.
Yes, the song.
He was
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah,
badass.
yeah. I believe that's in. It's either Awaken or I believe it's Awaken. If I'm not mistaken.
I think so too.
It's Awaken or Warriors. I'm confident in Awaken though.
Oh, and they're banning the old guy with the
Victor
lamp.
banned. Jack's ban makes a lot of sense against a player like HDK. It's a really big comfort for him. Now, I don't know what he wants to go for here. There's a lot of his picks still open, but I imagine you have to take a mid here. With the Victor ban and the Galio ban, I don't know where Fuel's going to go. The Cho'Gath is still open, which is something Horus really likes to play, but it's been struggling a little bit recently.
Cho'Gath.
But he will just go with the comfort. Now, last time Cho'Gath got picked, Lakers picked Echo, and it did not look close. But apparently Echo was bugged on that patch, and it did a lot more damage than it was supposed to be.
Oh.
But the matchup still seems really, really hard for Cho'Gath.
Well, if the Lakers pick Echo still, we could probably see a repeat of what you witnessed, which is
but
going to be terrifying to say the least.
Echo is
But
weaker in team fights, and it's going to be weaker overall. The Syndra is just going to be a more standard pick here.
okay.
Able to outrange that Cho'Gath, has some CT to follow up on the plays of this Ashe, the Maokai, as well as the Bard ult. It's a lot of team fighting for the side of Lakers, but their lanes are pretty strong. Fuel's comp is interesting, is the best way to put it. It's a really odd comp. It's not one you see every day, but it can definitely do some damage here. It's not guaranteed, done already out of draft here. I like the Brand Nami play. I'm interested to see what they're going to round this one out with a top laner. They need some AD damage yesterday.
Trundle.
As Trundle picked. Yeah, there's 2 tanks on the side of Fuel. I love the Trundle pick here for the side of Lakers. And it now means that HDK has to be careful because now there's going to be a player or a champion that can 1v1 most of his picks here left in the draft left, right? Still left in the pool, I should say. There's a lot open here. It just comes down to comfort and what he wants to play here, but you need AD damage. I wouldn't be mad to see his Garen. He loves his Garen. Vayne. He's going to go for the Vayne top.
Okay. Well, I'm really excited because I usually say this for a lot. I like unorthodox. I like seeing the unique style of drafts, but so Nami, Brand, Dr. Mundo, Cho'Gath, and Vayne for Fuel, Ash, Bard, Maokai, Syndra, and Trundle for the side of Lakers. By your facial expression, you're like,
The Vayne is very feast or famine, so is the Trundle, but the problem with Vayne is if she falls behind even once, she will become useless. And HGK is not a player that's known to safely hold a lead, I'll say, right? Like, he loves to keep fist fighting, he loves to fight, he loves to do these like try to 1v2s, and a lot of time it can kind of go the other way. But if Vayne ends up losing her summoners and dies into this Trundle, it can really start to end things. If Maokai just kind of walks towards top lane and Mundo doesn't cover, It could also spell the end. This game is going to be, I initially thought it would be around the bot side because of, how Lakers likes to play, but this Trundle Vayne matchup's for sure going to be the one to watch, I think.
Well, I'll definitely be looking forward to see to it. But now, as the champions have been chosen, we're getting ready for game one. I think we're going to have to cut it to a short break as the teams get ready, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, but just don't go anywhere.
And here we are with game one. It's party time, and already we're off to a fight in the jungle. Fuel gaining first blood. The Vayne taking down one, but HDK has to run. RU Lawin is getting shredded by Yemeni. A double kill for HDK, but he gets taken down by Radar.
This is a very good opening for a Vayne jungle, I'll say.
Wow.
Vayne tops, I'll say that much. Does not have flash or ghost, so no sums, which means she's quite susceptible to a gank now. But well played by Fuel on a late invade there. They just walk in, punish the Trundle. Really well played by Yemeni. He flashes to auto the blast cone so Trundle can't get away. Brings Trundle right back into the team, gets the kill with that cleaver. Super well played by the side of Fuel as they take an early lead here.
Yeah, that was a majestic start and really good. A lot of damage coming on the bot lane there. Guru and Boo holding their own. That bow goes a little wide, gets a little bit of a tag. You usually see these light skirmishes at the start, but no, Fuel's out for blood.
Yeah, well, their comp just plays a very different game than traditional, right? Their comp is very brawly. They need to get their lanes ahead, especially top lane needs to be ahead in this game in order to be able to play. So that is as they are looking to try to make some sort of success.
Is Vayne ranged?
Yes, she's at 80 carry.
Okay.
Yeah, no, this is like, most players like hate Vayne top because range top's really boring, like it's annoying, right? You can't really play it melee into it. I like the switch though. We initially thought this was going to be Trundle top, but switching the Maokai to top and the Trundle to the jungle means that the Maokai can survive versus the Vayne just that little bit better. Interestingly, goes for the Arcane Comet this game. Nice trade by Leswin there just to get a little bit of first strike stacks. Now, this Trundle is pretty far behind. Getting invaded by the Mundo when you're the tank killer is not ideal, but
wait, are the Mundo? Oh,
Yemeni should be able to get that as he gets one. He could have even smited that if he wanted to, but he loses this fight. He's just gonna die, I think.
No, it was a trap.
But HDK, a bad condemned there means that he will actually fall. They will not be able to get the kill. Now Radar comes in, a nice Bramble Smash to get some big damage off. HDK now just going to keep fighting. He has a full stack lethal tempo. This should just be a triple kill for the side of HDK if
Let's
they keep
find
on
out.
going. He has a tumble if he wants, but he's just going to say, no, I'll take my one and leave. But now, a beautiful Bramble Smash from Radar.
Combo.
And, I mean, the twisting advance just, he goes invulnerable during the condemn, so it doesn't come out, and then he Qs immediately to stop the damage. Well played by the side of Radar, and the Trundle on the side of Lakers, who are just playing extremely well here.
Yeah, both teams are actually playing very, very well, and you were worried about HDK falling, but he's kind of staying even right now.
Well, no, he did get 2 lead. He did get 2 early kills, right?
Oh, yeah,
so
which was a really good start.
The whole thing about this match is he needs to get ahead, really, because the Maokai will just have more value in a even game state than a Vayne will be, right? Vayne kind of needs to get ahead against this comp, especially considering you have 2 real targets to hit with the Vayne, which is both the Vayne and the Maokai, but the Bard can not really be touched, and then Enryu and both the Ashe and the Syndra are really going to be hard to deal with. Interestingly, now in Enryu, I like what they did here. They went for TP instead of going for a combat sum, because that's what Bard Brand's going to do, right? AP, like mages bot always love to take TP because they can out-tempo the 80 carry because they don't really need barrier. They're not going to be fighting as much, right? They're going to be playing max range poke. And Ryu decides to match this TP. Does not have the combat sum, but it still allows them to be able to play here on this Ashe as they are farming quite well. Both bot laners farming quite well. The mid lane has about 10 CS lead. Jungle has about a 2 camp lead, and top has a little bit of a lead, but now Horus might be in trouble. The Pillar of Ice comes out for the Trundle, as well as the Scatter the Weak. Now Yemeni is on his way, though, and he's going to be able to stop this advance from the side of Lakers. Nothing to come of it as HDK gets a solo kill onto Radar.
HDK holding their own in that top lane.
That's
the
what Vayne
first
does.
dragon has spawned.
When Vayne is ahead and when a Maokai is left alone to rot in this lane, she can find these solo kills very easily, especially when her ghost comes back on. Cool down, right? Her ghost was back up, which meant he was able to do it. Now, he has no flash for 50 seconds. He's pinging that because that's when he wants his Trundle to come top. He wants to punish this no ghost, no flash Vayne, because his flash and this Vayne flash are pretty much the exact same timer. Vayne's a little bit earlier, so they have a small window to punish a flashless Vayne if the side of Lakers decide to do that. But with the rest of the map playing how it is, bot lane's always going to have push here for the side of Fuel. It's going to be a bit of a challenge.
And now it seems that
Drake started
Fuel is
up.
planning on going for this Drake. It is starting. They want to try and gain this advantage by preventing anyone from the side of Lakers from potentially stealing this. Yemeni is going in. We might have a team fight for this Dragon. It's going to start. Here we go, and it's party time.
It's a 4v4 here, and it's going to be favoring the side of Lakers, I think. It's going to end up being a 50-50 smite here. Yemeni just can't get into the pit. Yemeni wins out the smite. Now Fuel just needs to leave. Enrio and Potato are so low, though, and the health bars for Fuel are just way higher. I mean, Fuel playing that fight quite well.
And you said it was going to go to Lakers.
It looked Lakers' favored, but they did so much damage. A great rupture from the side of Horus to pick off both Enryu and Potato. Catches a nice stun, as well as the brand damage on top. I underestimated how much damage this character does as Fuel take a quite strong lead. Now a nice nice blaze from the side of this brand. Just does a lot of damage onto both members of Lakers. Potato actually goes for the ignite, so no heal, no ability to sustain in this lane outside of...
Oh, Radar is getting shredded in the top lane right now.
I mean, that's really hard to deal now, right? This Vayne is so ahead. She now has flash, so she's quite ungankable. The Trundle is now shadowing to stop a dive potential. So HDK in a very good position. He just needs to keep his lead throughout this entire game, as he may have just gone a little too aggressive. He gets ulted, flashed, and he's just going to fall here. But a nice flash from HDK, and he's looking to make a clip out of it. But Radar lives with 1 HP as he dashes into the Trundle's face.
And ouch, and but now Yemeni is here to fight the Trundle. Is that a fight he can win?
He's just going to go for the Maokai.
Yeah, he's just making his way downtown and just slams them.
But he does not find the kill quite yet.
There he
will
goes.
Eventually fall. Horus did come up top as well to stop Trundle from being able to follow up from the jungler, as his game in a very good spot for Fuel right now. Really, no lane is farming outside of bot lane.
No, not necessarily. The kills have been even. Gold's been slightly. There's
It's a 500 gold lead. It's not that big of a lead here. And that lead is for Lakers. It's all on the back of Enryu being up about 10 CS here, right? This Ashe is quite strong, as well as the jungler being 3-1. This Trundle quite strong as well. Grubs have spawned, and it looks like the side of Lakers are going to be taking it. He will at least get one, and that's probably just going to be 1 and out as Yemeni appears here ready to fight for this Grub. However, that Trundle has Subjugate. That Trundle has ult. He cannot fight into a Trundle here. Yemeni may be in trouble as HDK comes in, but a nice Tempered Fate from the side of Potato means that he falls and does not, or the Trundle does not fall, and now HDK
is getting
caught
dominated.
in no man's land. Leswin will pick up that kill. A nice play by the side of Lakers as they bring up both their support and their mid laner to this play. It really is just the Tempered Fate from Potato who saves that play. Otherwise, Lakers' jungler, right? The Trundle would have fallen. Now he is a full stride breaker in base. He is going to be a problem this game.
Speaking of No Man's Land, how's No Man's Land going? Have we got any updates on that?
Oh, we do have updates on that. Fuel is in finals of No Man's Land. Swept Waterloo. What? 15-1 game count is what I'm hearing.
Oh my
Fuel,
God.
they're not land chokers. They are land risers, and they are doing fantastic so far. Now
Just like we are.
They're sitting in grand finals, so No Man's Land, that's probably, most of our Fuel viewers are probably going to be over there instead. Come
Probably.
soon. But this match is still
got
going to be going on. Let's go, Big Six. This match is still going to be going on. It's feeling good. It's a close one right now, but it is now finally in Lakers' favor. However, the Drake going over to Fuel really does help their comp. Trundle gets a pick onto Horus, though. Horus just overextends in mid lane, and now this Cho'Gath is falling behind a little bit. He's up CS, but outside of that, HDK still hasn't really generated enough of a lead to warrant, how the Vayne is going to be playing here. The bot lane's going even, which is nice, but your Ashe is going to have so much value against the team comp of Fuel. It's going to be a hard one to play for sure as we start to get these 1-item, 2-item power spikes coming in. 1-item spikes are definitely favoring Lakers right now, though Yemeni is zoning Radar. So they're not able to walk in, but the Trundle was able to get that Scuttle Crab, so it's still going to be a win for the side of Lakers. A little small win there, but still one nonetheless.
And has there been any section of any lane where there's been any push for a tower? It seems both teams have managed to maintain some type of steady line there has been no breaches. I think it's going to come down to probably the next team fight. HGK being shredded, both Radar and Trundle going in. He's trying to get out of there best he can, and it's just Trundle with that big sword just slamming into Vayne and dropping them.
And that's the problem with Vayne, right? You want to try to press your advantage as much as possible. You want to use your range to bully your laner, but when you're up against a Maokai who can kind of get on you whenever, right? That ult, you don't have flash, you don't have any ability to get away. Horus gets both ulted there, and the Bard ult comes out, but a nice tidal wave. It's flash though from Potato, but Yemeni should be able to finish that off. Never mind, a beautiful scatter of the week from Leswin will stop that. But now Potato is forced back, so Fuel may have an opportunity to start this dragon. As they do, Enryu has to push a wave still. Trundle's over the wall. He can't really get in as easily. They will look to contest it. Nope, he's just going to go for his...
Smite?
It's going to be, yes, it's going to be Drake, second Drake, Cloud Drake going over to Fuel.
And now the second Drake falling to Fuel. Even though the kill lead is in Lakers' favor, this is currently, at least on the objective side of things, Fuel with a really strong push.
Which is crazy considering the fact that Lakers jungler is 6-1, but Fuel's still getting these objectives, right? Still getting both these Drakes. And that's off the back of Horus actually surviving that play somehow, and then a nice collapse by Yemeni and Guru.
What skin is that? Is that a Mecha Cho'Gath?
Yeah, that would be Battlecast, I believe. Yeah, he is a mech.
HGK going in for another fight against Radar.
It's becoming hard to play this lane, though, right?
He's
starting to not deal that much damage into Radar. He's able to get the push, but he doesn't really chunk Radar as much. Radar can trade in. A nice cover by Guru here, though, as that is going to be some big damage with that Nami E, with that Tidecaller's Blessing, but it's not enough to find the kill. Now, a TP comes in from Leswin just to match. Or actually, that's a TP from Enryu. That is the 80 carry of Lakers, and that's going to be an Enchanted Crystal Arrow likely to fall, but nope. They're just going to go away as HDK gets to safety. Now, Guru is here, and he's shadowing alongside Yemeni, so if you want to do something, they could, but it looks like it's just going to be Lakers going for a lane swap. It's just a lane swap to get a push on the Lakers, because even if the Maokai is surviving, he's not able to get the push into that, whereas the Maokai can survive really, really safely into this brand. Mind you, he doesn't have any MR, but the brand really can't punish it that much, whereas the Ashe can really, really punish this Vayne. This is why Vayne was not really playable for so long up until recently, because before, when lane swaps were able to be happen early lane, right, you just would completely get run over, but Enryu just overextends, gets caught by 3 players of Fuel. Now, the Maokai is here alongside Potato, and it does look like Fuel may just fall 1 by 1. A double kill for Radar. Horus is here now, but the Trundle just barrels down Yemeni.
Whack,
a flash comes out, but it's not enough to save him, as Horus will be the next one to fall. And the gold swing and the map falls to Lakers. A very big momentum swing off of a fantastic play there. And it's what I expected, right? When you have your Ashe up there, they're going to look to push. You're going to have players hovering. Fuel counter on the Ashe, but a nice TP behind from Radar with a beautiful, with a nice ult on top. Just completely tears through them, roots them all, and they all fall. Yeah, that's the, the
crystals?
Yeah, turrets have crystals that build up slowly after not hitting them, and they do a bonus amount of true damage to the turret.
Ouch.
So, yeah, most characters can take a plate pretty safely now. HDK fighting into Radar, but can he catch up? It does look like Radar should fall here, unless that Bramble Smash is enough. That's 2 HP, but he gets another tumble back as a nice shutdown goes the way of HDK. He will still win this 1v1 matchup no matter what. The problem is he needs to... He's struggling in these team fights now. This Trundle is so strong. This Syndra is starting to become a real problem as well. The Ashe is still up CS on this brand, but slowly Fuel's gonna be able to start playing, right? Once they get these 2 item spikes, that's when it's gonna be a lot better. Trundle has no resistances. He's just pure damage.
So Trundle, is Trundle kind of going for like a glass cannon style play?
So the thing with Trundle, there he is. That's a kill.
Speaking of, yeah, okay.
So Trundle is a character.
Rip HDK.
His ultimate steals armor and MR from the enemy, right?
What, it steals it?
Yeah, percentage armor and MR. So it reduces theirs and gives him it, right?
Okay.
So basically, Yemeni, who's going to be building a lot of... well, Yemeni actually doesn't build many resistance, but still, like, Yemeni is a tank. He steals his armor and MR, he gains it, so he becomes tankier, he doesn't need those resistances, and Yemeni becomes really squishy. That's the reason why you pick Trundle into a lot of tanks, right? Fuel has 2 tanks, so it makes sense to pick Trundle here, right?
So Trundle can basically just siphon to gain more
pretty much,
defense.
it is entirely a siphon, yeah. He siphons it away from you.
Ouch. That's scary, actually.
Yeah, that's what his ultimate. That's why you pick Trundle into tanks, right? It's so good. So, and the fact Fuel has 2 tanks, right? Even if Horus isn't gonna be building much resistances, he still has a lot of health. He still has a lot of base resistances. Yemeni as well. This Maokai is a real issue for Fuel. He now has that Thornmail and 8-bladed Steel Cap. So this AD damage from Fuel, which is really only the Vayne, and kind of the Mundo as well, are really falling. They have double anti-heal to stop this Mundo's healing. So. Out of Lakers, they're in a good spot. They should be able to contest this Drake. Actually, I think Fuel can't contest it, I imagine, unless Radar just gets junked here. He finds a nice angle onto Guru. A fantastic ult there. Finds a lot. A beautiful Tempered Fate from the side of Potato. Buys so much time. Saves Radar HP. A nice stun from Potato as well. Completely 1v9ing this fight. The Trundle, though, may be in trouble. He gets hit by that Brand W, and the Mundo is just hitting him. However, it will be HDK falling. You'll look to keep this up. Enryu is caught in a little bit of trouble, but he flashes over the wall. Now Potato, a nice double man stun with that binding as Boo will fall, and the side of Roosevelt Lakers just keep on marching forward. I want to highlight that fight was entirely 1v9'd by the Bard. He got such a fantastic ult to buy time, save his Maokai just a little bit longer, right? Maokai did end up falling, but he got another rotation off. Then it forced Fuel to over-chase for that Maokai. Then he got a 2-man stun, which then forced more. Then he got another 2-man stun. He was kiting them really well.
Going for the Dragon.
But Fuel looking to hit the Dragon. I mean, it makes sense. Trundle's dead, right? But he does come back with Hex Gates. I think it's a little over-ambitious. But it will be another team fight. Back-to-back 5v5s here for the side of Fuel and Lakers. TP a little bit late, though, from the side of this Maokai. It's going to be a 50-50, but this Trundle is just dead before he could do anything.
And Fuel got the Drake!
And Enryu falls, and this is an overextension for Roosevelt as the third Drake comes down.
Double
Soul
kill.
Point now in favor for Fuel. HTK on the side, got a pick. Yemeni just keeps marching forward. Radar does not have the ability to chase him off, but he does eventually. Fuel, can they look towards the Herald now? I imagine they can. A fantastic swing for Fuel there, fighting tooth and nail. I wasn't sure about the recontest, but Enryu, the Ashe overstepped, as well as the Trundle goes for the 50-50, and he just gets blown up because he doesn't have the subjugate yet.
It was like Lakers got the first one, then on the rebound, Fuel comes in, and now Fuel takes the first turret. This is the bot lane turret being eliminated. HGK, but once again, being the lone wolf wonder that he is.
Yeah, Boo does have to flash as a nice, the Maokai ult comes out, and they will force a Nami to be sacrificed. Yemeni has quite a nice CS lead, though, as well as Horus has a solid CS lead. Both top laners are under 100 CS.
1v1 Shelly.
We are almost 20 minutes in. Both top laners do not have 100 CS yet. But Yemeni, you know, he's down kills, right? This Trundle was 9 kills, but Yemeni is keeping up because he's up 50 CS. I mean, that's, I think, why the gold is so close, right? This Trundle should be up, but it's only a 700 gold lead for this Trundle, despite the fact that he has 9 kills, right? That's like basically 300 kill, roughly 300 gold per kill, right? So that's at least 2,700 gold, right?
That's a lot of gold, and you can. That's
but
some,
it doesn't
some
matter
good
because this farm from Yemeni has been fantastic. Fuel. Now, once Vayne, HDK can get to his second item, to his Triforce, he'll start to be a lot tankier, a lot harder to deal with in these side lanes. Who has his 2 items. All teams are on their 2-item spikes now, except for Horus, who had to invest in a Null Magic Mantle to stop this Cinder. I think you could have avoided that by just going Merc Threats, but we'll see if he can get to his Riftmaker in time before this next fight, which Baron has now spawned. Fuel, really, their best way to play is just stall for this next Drake. They are on Soul Point. It's Hextech Soul, especially such a strong soul.
Which one does that do?
It sends lightning after you do damage that slows them, and also you get it's really strong. Basically, it does extra damage and slows them and chains towards other enemies.
Oh, so it's just Palpatine Premium. Okay, I see it.
Quite strong. A nice Ashe arrow as well as a double binding from Potato. Just causes Boo to fall. Tempered Fate comes down, and Guru is likely to be the next one to follow. As now the side of Roosevelt can probably just look towards this Baron. Fuel hard to contest, especially once this Herald comes down in mid because they're forced to answer to that.
Here's
Baron should be started up from the side of Roosevelt Lakers, but Vayne, HDK is in trouble. He's going to get collapsed on here as HDK is getting collapsed on, and he does not have the damage to be able to fight his way out of this. Now the Drake should be guaranteed, or Baron should be guaranteed for Lakers, as again, the fight goes back in their favor. Trundle starts to hit this up, and he can tank it forever. Ash will start to deal a big amount of damage on it as well. If he can get there, Yemeni does have his flash if he wants to go for a 50-50 steal. Could do such a thing. The SP careful as they take that portal, they take the magical journey, and they shred through Fuel's health bars. And what looked like an attempt at stalling some time for your players to come back turns on its head completely as this Bard finds a double stun on top of the pillar into a beautiful portal to get his whole team into Fuel.
That was just, hey guys, bang. No hesitation, no stopping momentum. The Baron has fallen to the Lakers. Fuel's opportunity to try and turn this tide. They need this soul.
Soul is their main win con here.
They don't need it.
But now they're fighting into a Baron who is going to be in trouble. Does his team come in time to respond? The tidal wave is a little bit late and a little bit wide. Boo is going to fall, but a nice shutdown from HDK. Both 80 carries have fallen in this fight, but HDK now has to deal with a Trundle. Can he get out in time? It does not look like he will be able to.
Nope.
As HDK is fighting into this Trundle. Horus looks to try to finish this off. HDK is kiting though, and I think he beat... Oh, HDK ended up losing that out, but Horus unstoppable in the front line here. Now Yemeni uses that maximum dosage and the flash to chase Leswin, but he goes a little too far and a little too fast as now he is taken dangerously low. Radar looks to finish this off. It does catch the ultimate. The binding catches.
Oh, here's Trundle.
As now Trundle is here in Yemeni. An overextension means the Drake will go to Lakers.
Potentially, we'll see.
It will. There is no jungler up for Fuel. This Drake is gone. Yemeni over chases to try to pick off Lesman. The problem is, right, so Mundo is immune to CC initially, right? He has his passive that makes him immune to CC. Syndra QE counts as 2 different CCs in a row, so you still get stunned every time. Because the E knocks you back, then the Q stuns. So it always breaks the passive, so it's hard to chase a Syndra. Fuel, Yemeni falls to that. HGK ended up falling to the Trundle after getting the pick on Enryu, getting the pick on Lakers 80 carry. Fuel fall, I mean, Boo is just struggling here in the mid lane. He keeps getting picked off by a Bard ult. It forces a flash at the very least, or it forces his whole team to collapse.
It seems like this is a very... Well, Horus is slain Radar. This battle in the bot lane, they're just trying to shred out these minions. A little bit of a skirmish. There's something going on here. I think that's another HGK gank, but the Yemeni and Guru there. Guru gets stunned out. Oh, here comes the Trundle.
Fuel looking to collapse, but they're not able to. They just save HCK. He's able to get back to his lane. He's now going to head back towards the top lane. But the side of Lakers, this Baron has not expired yet. It will be expiring shortly. For now, they still have more push. They get this turret. A nice scatter of the weak finds 2. But maybe Enryu has overstepped. A good redemption, though, to buy time. Horus, a nice rupture as well. Stuns up Leswin just a little bit. Forces him back. Neither team lose a member, but they're all low. Fuel in trouble. Trundle now will walk into the jungle and look to maybe punish HDK again, as he is going to be pushing in this top lane. Now the Trundle going to be collapsing on Yemeni. Guru here as well, maybe the one to fall. He doesn't really have any health as he just gets absolutely torn through with that jump. And Fuel, Lakers now start to knock on the door of Fuel's base.
Yep, the siege of Fuel has begun. Fuel needs to find a way to sally out and break through this if they want any chance of regaining momentum in this fight. But I think the Lakers are just going to push in to start this attack.
Yeah, Radar, nice tangle bars to save. That one gets out of the way. Now, look to try to keep punishing, but HDK has gone too far and too fast. But he does get one. He cannot get the next, though, as he will fall. But a nice 1-for-1 for HDK. Trundle still there, though, and still has his subjugate. He still has his ultimate. So Horus cannot face check. Yemeni cannot face check, as they will both die instantly to this Trundle, who is such a problem on the side of Lakers.
Like, both teams got to be really careful. We're almost reaching that 50-second spawn timer.
We'll see.
It's just, this is going to be dangerous.
At this point, it is. You know, it's danger for Fuel. It's a little bit safer for Roosevelt as they don't really have, you know, still have all your tier 2s up. For the side of Fuel, you've lost your mid tier 2. Thankfully, your top and bot tier 2s are still up. So turrets are somewhat even. This next Drake fight likely will decide a lot. I mean, if Fuel gets ace, they lose the game. If Fuel gets Drake, they're in a really, really good spot. But it's hard to be able to even walk in as the mid push is just unrelenting for the side of Lakers.
And now as Yemeni, Boo, and Guru manage to attempt to try and make a play, Horus is on the flank getting ready.
Randall comes in though, and that's doing a lot of damage. This Trundle very low. Tidal Wave comes in on
Here we
top.
go, here we go, here we
Can
go, here we
Trundle
go.
die?
Yes!
A big pick onto the jungler of Lakers. As now Fuel will look to try to keep this going. They now have positioning. They now have slight control. They did have to invest both bot lane ultimates, but they can steep chasing. Yemeni, a nice cleaver, just does a little bit of poke onto Radar. They want this turret if they could, but it's hard to get that. As instead, Drake up in 130, Baron up in a minute. Trundle will be buffed up for both. Fuel gonna favor towards this Drake side, try to get some vision, try to keep this push going so they can have full control and walk into Lakers jungle.
And they just steal KFC right out from the Lakers' nose, and this is a good, at least a light pick as we wait for Drake to spawn. It will be coming up in 1 minute 5 seconds. Yemeni has to follow back a little bit. HDK is making
Horus
a vibe.
just solo
and
killed mid.
Horus just
He is
dropped.
going to die,
Yeah,
though, I believe.
he's gonna drop.
So
Yep.
is that a worthwhile trade?
I don't know.
I'm not sure either, as now you're he should have ult back up. You can already see it's climbing so fast. He will have ult back up for the Drakes. They will have their good smite. A
Guru's
big
being
pick on the
chased.
Guru, though, but he does flash away from that stun. Now, Potato might be in trouble. He may have overchased. But Yemeni unable to peel Guru as he sees that the Ashe follows. And now the Baron will go the way of Lakers.
And as the Baron rises again, the Trundle start off. What is that attack speed? It's just whack, 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 whack. Beating this thing like a
his
pinata.
W throws down a frozen domain that gives him more attack speed, and he has 2 attack speed items, so pretty fast. Yemeni could flash over to steal this if he so chooses, but a nice peel by Radar forces him back. Boo has been caught, and Fuel in trouble. HDK on the side got a tier 2 turret, but it's not enough, as now the second Drake will fall to Lakers. Yemeni is up still. He could look to contest it if he wants, but his whole team, his carry is dead. It's going to be up to Horus. Horus has his Cho'Gath ult, though, which does mean he has a nice smite. Trundle, though, chasing aggressively, but a nice rupture by Horus to buy time to split space. Yemeni forced to use that
they're getting ready
maximum.
to fight for this dragon.
Yemeni forced to use that maximum dosage, though, so he's taken a little bit low. Where he has to use his ultimate. He doesn't have the ability to heal. Trundle will be able to get this Drake pretty cleanly. Now, the Tempered Fate comes out for the Bard. A double stun is not there.
Where's
as
my
instead,
pen? I'm missing
the
my pen.
Brambles Bash comes out for Radar. The Magical Journey for Potato tries to chase Horus, but a beautiful tidal wave from Guru will stop the advance. As Fuel able to get away, but the Drake goes the way of Roosevelt, and so does the Baron.
And that's 2 Hextechs for the side of Lakers. This is getting dangerous, and now even look at that kill count. It's 30-18, and the Lakers are back knocking on the door of Fuel's base.
Ooh, forced to flash away from that pillar, so now he is susceptible to every single thing that Lakers can throw at them. Brand struggling to get in the game. It's doing damage when he's able to get these ults off, right? He's a 3-item mage. He's not weak, but he can't position. He can't hit these skill shots because of how much pressure Lakers have been applying on him. A nice W, though. A nice means that they'll be able to do something here. But again, this Maokai ult, it just burns so much time, forces all players of Fuel back, as now the first inhib has fallen.
That is Potato taking it down. This is where Fuel is on the back foot. There needs to be divine intervention, a Hail Mary, something to allow Fuel to turn the tide of this fight, to bring this to a close, more so into Fuel's favor. Yemeni is trying to advance. Fuel is advancing up this front line. I don't know what Fuel can do, though.
Yeah, not sure. It's definitely a challenge here as they are struggling to fight in the neutral. They're now down.
I mean, this is playoffs,
gold,
right? You gotta
It's
do
hard.
everything.
You have to get this, you know, they're trying to get this soul, but every time before the Drake, they end up falling. Now, thankfully, the Baron is later spawn than the Dragon. Before it was earlier spawn. Now, Fuel has a timing where they don't have to contest the Baron and Drake at the same time. The Lakers have gotten 2 Barons. They're going to keep this push with this. You need your team to be there early. Fuel is a comp that needs setup. They cannot be walking into the team of Lakers because that Bard, that Ashe, that Trundle, that Maokai, and even that Syndra, every single character will just completely overwhelm you with CC, with poke, with everything possible. Positioning is what favors Lakers. Boo gets caught. The Mikhails has to come out for the side of Guru, but I don't know if it's enough. He does get his brand ult down, though, just before he falls, but a nice Zhonya's from Leswin means that it can't bounce any further. It's a 1-0 for the side of Roosevelt. As now they keep marching forward. This Trundle unrelenting. He has nothing stopping him. Enryu gets a pick as Fuel starts to falter, and the base of Fuel will fall. It's up to Horus and HDK and Yemeni to try to keep this one alive. But the health bars of Lakers are still there. Horus may have been picked off. A nice pick, though. Trade onto Radar. But can the Vayne and Mundo stop this onslaught from Lakers, or will Game 1 head their way? A nice stun from Leswin means that HDK is taken down low. Leswin falls. Now Trundle, nice condemn from HDK, but he keeps on walking forward
his head off.
as the chomp comes down. A second one to give him his 14th kill of the game as Roosevelt Lakers take Game 1.
The Nexus falls, the Fuel's base burns, and Game 1 goes all to Roosevelt Lakers. Wow, what a skirmish at the end.
What a skirmish indeed. It
I'm
looked
so
like
far.
Fuel stood a chance. I mean, we're about as bright as the sun can get, and that's almost how
Yep,
you know,
that's me
it's-
just staring right into the sun's face, because why not?
Fuel falter there, but a good showing, right? Early game went pretty well. It just a couple plays here and there went awry. Roosevelt got a nice Baron play, and once that Baron came down, once that tier 2 mid fell, Fuel could not answer.
No, not really. The moment that the Lakers were able to gain a momentum after getting those mid to late game objectives, Fuel just did not have the time. Because you're right, Fuel's entire strategy, they needed time to prep, and the Lakers were able to come in and not give them that time.
This Bard was also such a problem, right? He would find a stun onto one of the carries of Fuel. He would find a Tempered Fate. He would be able to be so mobile. He was roaming around the map. This Bard Potato really completely ran over the map alongside this Trundle. They just kind of teamed up and killed whoever they wanted to.
Yep.
As Fuel, all 1-0, they're now in the hot seat, right? In order to keep their playoff hopes and their CLOL hopes alive. But Roosevelt Lakers are not making it easy. We'll be back with Game 2 shortly.
love, and I've been thinking lately about the night that you left and told me that you hate me. But then, man, I seen you kissing at that place we always drinking. Is the reason that I'm singing. One more shot is what I'm missing. I know I will risk it all, 'cause you're my fireball. You won't have to crawl when you gon' fly away with me. The way you lift me up, just can't get enough. Pull me out the dust, then you take me higher. This that love that don't expire, no. I got that undivided love, my fireball. Don't need no drinks when I can vibe with you. Don't need no green when I can fly with you. These lights are falling down on us right now. Yeah, and you're still shining bright. Don't need no drinks when I can vibe with you. Don't need no green when I can fly with you. These lights are falling down on us right now, and you're still shining bright. I would risk it all, 'cause you're my fireball. You won't have to cry when you can fly away with me. The way you lift me up, I just can't get enough. Pull me out the dust, then you take me higher. This that love that don't expire, no. I got that undivided love, divided love. 'Cause I will risk it all, oh, 'cause you're my fireball. Oh. You won't need to grow when you can fly away with me. Don't need no drinks when I can vibe with you. Don't need no green when I can fly with you. These nights are falling down on us right now. And you're still.
Welcome back, everybody, as we're heading into draft of Game 2. Fuel up against the wall. They have to make a comeback here. They're going to have to reverse sweep if they want any hope of keeping their CLOL dreams alive. Same bands come in.
And with these same bands, it's going to come down to who are the champions going to be, as we already have a set of 10 used. It has to be whole new picks, whole new strategy. But did Lakers and Fuel use their B tier? And we might see the S tiers come out now.
We will see. No more Ash. Lakers going to take the Hui.
Hui.
Now, that could be a mage bot lane. That could also be a mid lane. That's a
No
flex
way
between...
they picked Hui.
No Hui. As... It's a good joke. Good joke, Dragon.
Thank you.
We'll see. This is either going to be a mid lane or an AD carry here for the side of Roosevelt. I'm not sure entirely what they prefer for the way. As Fuel responding here. Galio. That's going to be a mid laner, likely for Horus. Again, his pool is pinched really heavily, so I like the Galio pick. It's good into these mages because you have that magic shield, right? So solid pick here for Fuel. Sorry, I believe I may have just, contracted the hiccup somewhat. Or I just had the same thing in my throat 4 times. Either way, heading into second pick here. I'm expecting now with the Galio, right? That's when Jarvan becomes really good. Jhin is really good as you have that range to follow up with the Galio. You're safe. You're able to engage from that distance. I like the Jhin a lot here. Nocturne, though, instead is going to be the pick. Normally you go Nocturne Ori. Ori is banned. You go Nocturne Galio. I like this from Yemeni. I expect Jhin to be the third pick. It's really good at following up on that Nocturne ult, on that long-range engage. Swain Hui is the most disgusting comp I've ever seen from Lakers. I don't want to fight either of these characters. So, both are mages. And mages are broken. Simple as that.
Well, yeah, it's magic.
Hui has a lot of range, and Swain just doesn't die. His ult makes like an aura around him that kind of siphons life from everyone. And he starts healing and healing. Wukong going to be the jungler. Good pick into Nocturne. Strong team fight here. Lakers, I'm not sure. This Swain is technically a flex between support, mid, top, and AD carry.
He looks like
honestly.
a cybernetic Dracula.
He's actually a demon. He's a demon. That's a demon. He's part demon.
Okay.
He's been a contract with a Darkin named
Because
I
of
forgot.
course you may contract with evil
Wrong,
people and
wrong.
you get power.
Yeah, so we'll see what Fuel ends up drafting here.
Galio,
I expect to
Nocturne.
see the Jin or maybe another AD carry,
Oh,
as
Jin.
it is going to be the Jin. Yeah, good follow-up on that Nocturne engage. Good, safe laning, able to carry. Something that Boo has been comfort more and more recently. So good pick here. Now we have top and support open for Fuel. Jin likes a lot of things. He's okay with,
The
these
Renekton
mages.
ban.
He likes tanks. He likes engage, but like we'll see what they end up going for. He's not really ideally with mage enchanters, because he doesn't really benefit from buffing his attacks as much because he has a set attack speed, right?
Why the Renekton Nautilus ban for
So
both sides?
Renekton, very, very strong top laner, beats a lot of the champions still open in the pool. Jack's Renekton ban signifies to me, Scion Renekton ban, Camille was my assumption, so a good ban there. It's also really good with the Galio, so Lakers reading that one pretty easily, as well as the Nocturne or Nautilus ban, just a really strong engage button. Can just, you hook in, you CC them, Jin can follow up, Nocturne can follow up, Galio can follow up. Good engage there. We'll see what Fuel ends up drafting. I think you could go like a Leona if you want an engaged champ. If you want like a peeled champ, you could go
Fizz.
no.
Oh.
Good try. I think Rakan's not bad. I like
Rakan.
Jin Rakan, something they really like to play. It's good. It can follow up on this Nocturne engage. It can follow up on Jin. It can heal him a little bit. Right now, the Swain is going to be the biggest problem, though, because Swain can kind of just walk through this whole
I'm
team.
looking forward to see how he plays.
You'll like him. I'm sure you'll like Swain.
Maybe I'll start running them on my own games.
Yeah, maybe. As we'll see what Lakers decide to round their draft out with, and then what the counter pick for Fuel is going to be. Is both games where Lakers took blue side first initially, and then Fuel took
TK.
red side. DK likely to be support. I'm gonna be honest. Okay, so TK is a flex between support top. Swain is a flex between all four roles, and Hui is a flex between AD carry and mid. So I don't know who's who, who's where yet. Swain's best role is either AD carry or top lane IMO.
Who's on
Hui
first?
is
What's on
better
second?
in
I don't know. Who's
mid.
on third?
I think
scenario.
we'll see what they round out their draft with, if I can finally decipher what this team's gonna be. I think that TK should be top lane though. Maybe it's support though. No, it's gonna be support. So TK support, Gnar top, likely to be Hui mid, and then a Swain AD carry here. We'll see what rounds out the draft for Fuel here. Into Gnar, there's not many picks that HDK loves to play into it. Jax isn't bad here. He likes the Jax, but they're lacking a bit of AP damage, so I wouldn't be, mad to see like a Gwen. I could see a Kali here as well.
I was thinking
Or we just go the Olaf, the HDK classic. Go out swinging those axes, right? You win or lose, I'm gonna be attacking you.
I mean, you're bringing out the Vikings, so it's gonna be. This is gonna be unique. Galio, Nocturne, Jin, Rakan, and Olaf for Fuel. Hui, Swain, Wukong, TK, and Gnar for the side of Lakers.
It's a very, very interesting draft from both sides. A lot of range and a lot of, consistent team fighting on the side of Lakers. Fuel, they're winning their lanes, and they're going to look to pick off on side lane, right? The Galio Nocturne double global on side lane is really nice. Jin can follow up with a really long Deadly Flourish, as well as that ultimate curtain call. Olaf is going to be fairly strong in the side lane. I'm not sure how. I feel like Olaf Gnar is favored for Gnar. Olaf favored level 1. Gnar favored to level 6 would be my assumption. But I'm not entirely sure. I think whenever Gnar goes Mega is when Olaf actually can play the game. Contrary to most characters, but we'll see what they end up doing. This is a draft. Both these drafts have a lot of win cons. It will end up going down to how the lane plays, how each team plays around these objectives, how their team fights go.
And this is Fuel's final shot.
This is the Fuel against the wall. They need to reverse sweep here, and it all starts with 1.
I don't know why.
You don't know why?
It doesn't even matter how hard I try, Keep that in mind at the time of this rhyme as we take a short break as we get ready for Game 2, Fuel Esports versus Roosevelt Lakers. And here we are with Game 2, going off to a much more of a steady start than Game 1. We're only seeing some light skirmishes, which is what you primarily usually see. We're not seeing those casualties from the early game like we said, but Hori and RU might face off. There's a little bit of tags. Horus does get struck a little bit. Potato and NU are going up against Boo and Guru in the bot lane, just tagging after tag. Minions just being dropped the top lane. It looks like HTK is making a bit of advance and actually beats up Radar quite a bit. That Olaf really putting in the work. Those twin axes, chopping him up and chopping up those minions. Yemeni doing his jungle things, just vibing in the jungle. The Nocturne doing what they gotta do. Horus maintaining that mid lane, bottom lane still in that heavy skirmish. Still not an official first blood yet. I don't think we'll see one until at least the 2-minute 30-second mark.
Indeed, as Horus losing out of the straight on Leswin. Leswin, it's going to be the Swain mid, the Hui bot
okay.
instead. As, what did you read it as?
Waywin?
Maybe it's that. I'm just going to call it Leswin, though. That's what I've been calling it for the whole game, so I'm not going to change up now.
That's true.
As lane's going slightly favored towards Lakers outside of top lane. Push here bot lane as a nice engage comes in.
Did I call it?
What?
First blood at 2 minutes 30 seconds?
No, there won't be a first blood here. It's close, but not quite first blood.
No. 2:45?
Yeah, no. Oh, why is HTK here? It
doesn't
doesn't find anything, but HTK has roamed down into the mid lane for the for fun.
Yeah, it seems no first blood yet at either of my. This is so very, very snail paced so far.
Yeah, as here, we'll see what they can do. It does feel like you'll have lost a little bit because now HTK ends up losing out on some CS for that roam. It does not find any value. Radar able to stabilize in lane just that little bit here as they look to keep this one
here we
going.
go.
Now an engage, but it will not have much more as it just procs the bone plating, runs away. As HTK actually got a solo kill. He looked like he was leaving, so that's understandable. But yeah, no, HTK just decided to keep clicking the left click button. Or right click, sorry, I should say. Left click's in most games where you hit, but this one's right click.
For some reason.
No, it's cool.
Yeah.
Means my middle finger's the one that hurts instead of my left finger, pointer finger.
Yeah, that's valid.
That's the one that gets our carpal tunnel instead. As we'll see, Yemeni look to try to do his. Sorry, I broke Dragon.
I'm dead.
I broke Dragon. An engage here for Horus in mid lane, but it does not have much else outside of just a auto attack with that Justice Punch. As Boo starts to play in this lane, but he's down a little. He's down a level here. As he finally levels up, Guardian is procced from the side of Guru. Fuel does not really have much answer yet so far, but the lanes are just going even, except for if you look at this mid lane, Horus is struggling in the CS department.
Just a tad bit. There's still some engagements. The Nocturne and the jungle doing their job. HTK is still chasing down Radar, trying to go for those other solo kills, but it's not going to be enough. This minion skirmishes, you got to get through them first. Potato, Guru, and NU are all in this bottom lane engagement. Potato goes to get some swipes and tries to actually eat Guru, but the tongue goes wide. Unfortunately, Horus is actually being pushed back in the mid lane. There was a bit of a fallback there, and the Lakers advance into the mid lane. HTK not looking good in the health there because Radar, Radar, he's not a cutie. And oh, there he goes back to being a cute little animal. What was that?
Well, he's dead is what it is, unless he can kite this one out, but HTK is just hunting this dinosaur like he wants to.
So Gnar can just turn into just this giant monster? Okay. I need to learn not to really just like assume that the cute animals in this game are just cute. It's just a persona for something even more dangerous. Boo and Guru still maintaining this bottom lane superiority just a little bit. They might not be going for these casualties. Yemeni, though, is soloing the Drake. It seems it could go just more so First Drake falling to Fuel, and it does. The Cloud Drake going to the side of Fuel. Once again, First Drake objective going to Fuel.
Yeah, First Drake gonna head the way to Fuel as they nice lead there. Get a First Drake yet again, but it didn't mean too much last time. However, again, you do see Yemeni outpacing the Wukong here on the CS, but the kills have not gone the way of Wukong this time. If he doesn't get about 1 million kills in lane, in the game, he's actually gonna be pretty far behind because Yemeni is just farming a little bit better here. Neither team find that advantage, but really Yemeni's just playing for that level 6. Now that he is level 6, he's going to look for a Paranoia in one of these side lanes, likely to be top lane, I'd imagine, but we'll see what they end up doing with that.
And as these engages, oh, Potato advancing, try to get something onto Guru, but gets punished. A lot of health being taken down, almost to the half mark. NU has to try and give some long-range support. Can't get it. Radar and HGK still just going at it with these tags, but I don't think Radar has the defense to go up against HGK. That was a nice quarter chunk of their health already taken away. The jungle doing jungle things for both sides, both Yemeni and the Wukong. Again, they just do jungle things because that's what junglers do.
Yeah, we'll see if they can find any answer, as right now, it is going to be a small lead generated for, it's actually quite even, but it does feel like it's slightly Fuel in the driver's seat. The lead for the side of Lakers is all in that mid lane, whereas Fuel's is a little bit more spread out, right? Bot lane's pretty even, but slightly favored towards Fuel, and then top lane is going to be a nice 2-kill lead for the side of HGK, but really jungle is where Fuel is ahead.
It's definitely their advantage right now. Oh, it looks like Olaf and it looks like Olaf and Radar are about to go into another fight. HGK a little bit on the backboard. Now the cute animal becomes this giant monster yet again, and HGK is just going for it.
HGK
oh, but the Wukong's
just
there.
Chases in. Now, 1v2 character, right? This character can 1v2 really well, but the Cyclone of the Wukong is just a little bit too strong to deal with. As Fuel will going to be a 1-for-1 for HGK, but a nice pickup by the Wukong of Lakers here means that they're in a nice spot.
Yep, it was a good take, and now the Wukong has a really good opportunity to start clearing out these Void Grubs. And it seems that it's going to be uncontested. Why is the Wukong falling back? Is it taking okay? Is the Wukong just not going to go for the other 2 grubs? Because he just conga line the remaining grubs just to go after blue buff in their own jungle. It seems that they're just taking the 1 grub and leaving the rest alone.
Let's see.
Is that a strategic play, or are they just like, nah, I don't need them?
He just doesn't feel confident in the ability to kill all 3 without being contested, so he just wants to get the 2, or get that 1, get out, and then maybe look for a recontest later. It really is, he just felt like he had threat on him. Dr. Ult comes in as Yemeni chases here, but a nice TK ult may buy just enough time for Enryu to be able to survive. The 4th shot from the curtain call comes down on Potato, but they invest a lot. They use flash, heal, and a Tom Kench eat, but they do get away. Now Guru overextension here, and he will fall. Horus, a nice ultimate, or a nice taunt there, finds Enryu, who is down to 10 HP, and a dream. Boo gets executed.
What is happening
Yemeni
here?
finally gets the kill, but this is a messy, scrappy fight for the side of Fuel.
Yeah, this is a very pure, like, you can't even call that like a Pyrrhic victory. That's just, we went in, we got shredded. This is like the Soviet Union just putting bodies at a problem and then wondering why they lost so many people.
Fuel looked
I don't get it.
Fuel looked to tower dive, but they didn't have a wave, so there was no way to tank the turret. So
yeah, no, they just fed
basically
bodies into the machine.
What happens is Guru goes in, gets chunked, falls to Enryu's damage, and then the turret has ramped up so much damage that Boo gets 2-shot when he walks into range. And then Horus looks to try to finish that off, but he can't get the kill. Enryu lives with 10 HP. Finally, Yemeni comes in, throws that Q, gets it with the Nocturne Q, but it just didn't matter as all 4 members fall. However, only 3 gave a kill over as the side of Boo just executed to that turret. But it's a scrappy, messy fight, and that is going to give a big gold swing to the side of the Lakers.
Yeah, that is going to punish Fuel exponentially as the Lakers gain so much gold, so much momentum. The second Drake of the objective of the game is now being pushed in, and the Wukong's just going for it.
The Wukong just keeps on hitting this Drake. I mean, that's a comfortable Drake take, right? He has no real threat on him. So I like the idea behind this one is he's looking to try to take this lead. He's trying to get himself that objective. Yemeni is not going to be able to respond in time as he instead goes towards bot lane. But again, another TK ult comes out, and Enryu should be able to survive this one as Yemeni is forced back. The swirling despair comes down from Enryu, as now they could look to maybe counter dive, but it does look like they're just going to play out.
It does. We see some fights happening on both lanes. We might see a major engagement happening in the bot lane, though. Wukong being chased down by Guru and Yemeni. They do manage to fall through, but other members of the Lakers are coming in. Horus walks in and just gets dropped to half. The Wukong Cyclone, that's a quarter, that's a third. They're still going, and Wukong slams them. That's Horus taken down. Yemeni and Guru to fall back. That is, that's Boo, I'm going to think, yes? Because I see channeling.
Boo,
okay,
yes,
yeah,
that
they're
is the
not
chin of Fuel. Boo, we're going to try to keep this one going, but right now, it is safely in the side
Radar
of
slays
Roosevelt's
HDK.
favor. Yeah, Roosevelt is safely in the lead right now. They are in a very, very strong position here as they are looking to continue to take this one by storm, showing that last game's early was a little bit of a fluke for Fuel, and they are confident and able to take this one.
Yeah, the Lakers are absolutely snowballing in this second fight. Fuel is on the back burner with a lot of, like, look at the gold lead as well. Like, you got gold lead.
Yemeni is going to fall to Radar here unless Radar can survive, or Yemeni can survive, but he cannot. He tries to get that damage down, but the bone plating from Radar is just too strong as now HDK is going to be in trouble. It's a trap. The Gnar comes out as he uses his ultimate, or he doesn't use his ultimate, but he transforms into Big Gnar, and that will be another kill going the way of the Roosevelt Lakers.
And now at 10-4 on the kill chart, 10 kills for Lakers, only 4 for Fuel. Both teams have one Drake. Lakers has Void Grubs, however. We have the next Drake popping up in 2 minutes, 55 seconds. Has Shelly spawned yet? I don't think Shelly spawned yet.
Shelly has not spawned.
Nope.
Shelly will be spawning shortly, though. I believe 15 minutes is when you'll see her spawn. So, got a little bit of time, as now it is going to be Fuel. They're on the backboard. They're struggling in this one.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if find the answer what they're going to be able to do here, as right now it is very, very Roosevelt favored. They are up a nice, calm 5k gold lead. Every lane is in a good spot. Bot's probably the best position for Fuel. Maybe tops down 50 CS. Okay, it's bot. I just looked at the CS numbers. I mean, everything on Fuel is just falling apart on this map right now.
Yeah, and now with bounties coming up soon, Horus tries to fight into Leswin, but gets absolutely shredded. We see a skirmish in the jungle. The Wukong clone, the Wukong gets taken out. They're being rooted, charmed, nearsighted. They're getting debuffed left, right, and center.
The Cyclone
but it's
comes
not
out,
enough.
and they just don't have the damage to finish it off. This Wukong gets his double kill. The TK does some damage, and Leswin just keeps on siphoning that health with that demonic ascension as Fuel for, or Roosevelt for nothing there for Fuel, or for them. So, it is. It's hard to deal with, you know, this one, it feels like Fuel has just lost their really chances at this point, right? Their comp does not upscale the side of Roosevelt. They're losing early game. They cannot find any of these picks. This TK, you're using your Nocturnal onto the side with the TK ult, who has it up, so then they don't ever die to it.
That Wukong managed to survive even after getting shredded, rooted, stunned, nearsighted. They got 4
I think
separate
most of the
debuffs.
CC was actually onto the clone, if I'm not mistaken. But well, the Nocturne ult is what the near sight is, right? So that just means they're a little bit blind, but it doesn't really, you know, do as much of a CC as you think. The biggest CC there, right? Like the Wukong's just so tanky, so survivable. Radar, nice Gnar there to try to get them out, but it may not be enough as
Here comes the
HDK
Wukong.
keeps his Ragnarok forced. Now HDK finds one, but he's going to be fighting in. Now he's just going to try to turn on to Enryu. This is what Olaf does best. When you cannot stop his ultimate, he is CC immune this entire time. The Wukong next to fall as he falls to those to the sands of, I want to say sands of Durant, but I feel like that's wrong, from Horus as they get 2 on the board, but it's still it's 3 on the board. It's a 3 for 2 for Fuel as they start to fight back just a little bit.
The health tag, however, puts the remaining survivors of Fuel in a deficit because you have a full health Potato that just marches in to try and tag out Guru. You have Leswin in the same position. You have Yemeni falling through to get into that jungle. The next dragon has spawned. The Shelly has spawned. You have 2 objectives on the board for both sides to figure out who they want to prioritize first. Guru is being chased down. Will they fall? They get eaten.
He
Wait,
gets
did they
out.
get eaten?
No, he flashed away, I believe. Yes, he flashes away from that TKW. So unable to keep the trace up with that Abyssal Dive as now Potato and the side of Lakers turn their sights on this Infernal Drake.
And as the Infernal Drake seems to go uncontested, Gnar seems to be going to assist in this mid lane. HTK has top lane all to himself to do whatever he wants. The Lakers do take the Infernal Drakes as the second soul for the side of the Lakers.
Radar just keeps chasing forward. The gold lead just keeps on blossoming. Fuel unable to survive. Wukong now comes in with that Cyclone. The Gnar comes out as Guru is forced to fall. Horus is in a 1v2, and I do not think he is favored in that one, too. Pulls out the curtain call as he looks to try to get some damage done. Now, it is HDK hitting the front line, hitting the back line. He's doing everything he possibly can, but that is a Swain who just keeps on siphoning the health of Fuel. HDK finds a pick onto Enryu, but the rest of Lakers stand tall.
I can see why you were about Swain. He's a problem.
He is a problem, and it's hard to deal with when he gets so far ahead as he has. Now the Nocturnal comes out, as that will be a pick onto the Wukong. A nice catch there from Yemeni and Horus, but they may be in trouble. Radar comes in. Horus uses the Justice Punch out as he does survive, but the Boomerang comes out and he's forced to flash.
And this is now the entirety of the map superiority is very much in the Lakers' hands. Fuel is winning these skirmish fights, but they're not getting, look at this. Minimal health for Radar and manages to take out Fu. They take out there, and that is an absolute, it's HGK who goes in, however, to try and turn the tide. It takes out Radar, but Potato takes out Horus. Potato is holding their own and is getting stunned. They do manage to potentially fall now. They do get shut down, but that's still a 2 for 4 pick.
Yeah.
Unless what is godlike now.
It is going to be a lead for the side of Lakers, as it feels like, again, I mean, I've said it a couple times now, this game is slipping out of Fuel's hands. It feels like it's completely gone, as they really are struggling. They're keeping on fighting, right? HJK is trying his best to make some plays, but their team is just too far behind. The Wukong comes in. That Cyclone will be enough to pick off Yemeni, as now, I mean, Baron isn't even up yet in this game. Just feels like it's over. 9K gold lead? 9K gold lead.
9K gold lead.
The lights are the sun's a little bright on my screen, but I think that's 9.
I'm gonna. You're the better math person.
That can't be right.
I'm not good at math.
That's
Red team has taken their turn as fallen.
Horus is going to be falling here likely, as now Radar comes in. The Gnar into the wall, but he misses it, but the stun comes down as the boulder gets thrown at him. But Guru, a nice heal job, does save Horus and himself. Well done by Guru there, and now maybe they can turn onto Radar. He's now in mini form. He's quite squishy. Horus goes in, but he's just gonna fall in the air. Now the Nocturnal comes in. No flash TK eat there, as instead they are just gonna play this fight. And Ryu may be forced to get a TK himself, but he does seem to be able to peel this one out. The Jin 4-shot goes wide. Guru has fallen next to Yemeni, as Wukong has shown up, and that rushing blow is just too strong.
Rift Herald just got taken out. They do now summon it. This is for the side of Lakers. I think the Lakers are just going to try and shut this out now. They don't even need Baron.
Hard to deal with.
Here's Shelly.
Shelly crashes into this tier 3 turret. The inhib turret likely to fall. Not likely to fall. It will fall.
It's going to fall.
As the inhib is going to be the fight. Now Potato, though, is just zoning 3 players of Fuel. This tanky Tom Kench is untouchable right now, as Fuel struggling to answer back. And Ryu is low. He's struggling in this game, but doesn't matter when the whole team around him is so strong. Now they're going to look to engage. The Nocturne E is flashed. No fear comes out. Potato keeps the chase. Now, there's no CC to stop his W, but there is as Guru goes in the backline. Enryu is so low, but no follow-up. The Wukong looks to fight his way out, and he may just be able to. He's untouchable. He's doing so much in the backline.
Dropped.
But Swain has shown up, and the side of Roosevelt have, I want to say, they've booked their ticket to the next round of playoffs.
I would agree.
I don't know if it's the TP's coming in. This is game. That is going to be a 2-0 victory for Roosevelt Lakers as they are going to be going on to face the CLOL in this semifinals of CLOL. CLOL and Fuel are going to be bowing out in quarters, unable to continue their run, and their season for CLOL will end here.
And as
the last curtain call comes down,
yep,
it draws the curtain on Fuel's season as a whole, as Lou Lessman just starts to barrel into the Nexus.
Wait, hold on.
It's not over until the Nexus falls.
They're pushing
Where is the
through.
Wukong? He's
Where's
in
the
base.
Wukong?
Never mind, Fuel, fight back. I spoke too soon. Caster Curse of the Century, arguably. Yeah, it's still really hard to play, but it's not over, technically.
It's not over?
Like, it's not over, but it's still borderline impossible. I can't lie. It's a really, really hard comeback. But there is a door. The door has been opened in the tiniest margin possible. There's a sliver.
I have no words. We have a 32-17 kill, 2 souls for Fuel. That almost a 12K gold lead, I like to say.
That is a 12K gold lead on my screen.
Wait, hold on.
The Wukong may have been overextended, and he's going to get picked off here as Fuel look to keep this going.
What's
They
happening?
can't kill him.
They can't kill the Wukong.
He survived that. As Fuel.
Oh,
HDK
there we
just
go.
flash autoed him. I mean, that works.
That works.
But now HDK is going to get chased. Radar
dropped.
is going to finish that. And the side of Roosevelt have not finished. The Gnar full mega up now. He's going to look for a Gnar here, look for his ultimate. But Guru has gotten far away enough. They're just going to tower dive. They got no fear. What do they have to fear?
They have
There's an open Nexus staring at me. The side of Lakers are probably could just go click it, honestly. But they are going to take the fight. Yemeni finds an engage. A 3-man taunt comes the way of Horus. Enryu forced to Zanya's. Can Fuel kite away from this Swain? It looks impossible.
No,
he just keeps on siphoning them. A triple kill for Leswin. Make it a quadra. As Horus picks off Enryu, the ace comes out
And
for
there we go.
Radar as now.
Oh, HCK though.
HDK looks to try to fight their way out as the side of Roosevelt have decided
They're
to
toying
maybe
with
try
their
to stat
food.
pad. Yeah, as Fuel now officially have been knocked out of CLOL playoffs.
Wait,
It's over, Dragon. It's over. Fuel have officially been knocked out of CLOL playoffs, and Roosevelt Lakers will move on with a 2-0 victory.
Oh, wow. That's what I can say is wow.
Updated bracket: Fisher College versus CU NY Hunters versus, and on one side, CLOL versus Roosevelt Lakers on the other, to see who can get that CLOL spot. It's going to be a tough battle. Fuel fought tooth and nail. A lot more in that first. That first game was quite close until it wasn't. Second game fell apart really early on. They started to fight back, but they were a little bit too far behind. In the end, they fell to Roosevelt Lakers, who just played a little bit better on the day, but still an overall good showing.
It was a really, really good showing, and I will be really looking forward to see how this will adapt, because if I am correct on this, this does, like, with this knocking league out, is this potentially our last league stream of the term?
Potentially. They are still in NECC. They're likely to make playoffs, I believe. I think they're one game off of clinching playoffs, and their games are on Thursday typically, so it's not technically over. League's not completely doomed, right?
Right.
There's always still a chance for a comeback, for another opportunity to see them streamed again, especially if they make it far in playoffs, as far as as far as NECC is considered. But this is the last we'll see them on a Saturday at the very least.
Okay.
So no more Saturday 3 p.m. stream. Unfortunately,
Oh.
we will be ending that as Fuel bow out in playoffs.
And I think with that, until we get confirmation, we gonna cut it to a short break. Potentially get some words of wisdom from one of the players because there are three in the room.
There are three in the room. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back.
Close my eyes, it's not a dream. There's so much more that I can get. Let me wonder what we could have been. I close my eyes, it's not a dream. I wanna smile that I couldn't keep. I close my eyes, it's not a dream. Close my eyes, it's not a dream. Close my eyes, it's not a dream. Close my eyes, it's not a dream.
Welcome back, everybody. We are joined by Boo, the captain and the AD carry of our League of Legends team. A tough loss there too, Roosevelt. What are your main takeaways from this game?
I think we didn't have too bad of a showing. They are a really good team. I feel like our early games are actually pretty good. Like our first two dragons, we played around that really well. And then after that, we're kind of just like falling apart. But I think after this, I have like a good outlook for NECC playoffs.
I think that's a good mindset to have. So taking what from this match to go for the NECC, is there going to be a change in like composition, strategy, or do you think that if you did what you kind of did for these matches in the NECC playoffs, will you come out with a victory for NECC?
I think we can still play the same champions as this. It's not that too hard to do that. I think what we really just need to work on is our mid to late game, just focusing on like working together and communication.
Yeah. I think that's really understandable. You saw, I'd say game one is a lot easier to, actually talk about what ended up going wrong, because game two kind of fell apart really early on, right? But game two, you guys were in a really good spot, and then one or two plays just go a little awry, and the game really does feel like it just completely got lost, right? As soon as mid-tier 2 fell after the Baron, it felt like you guys just never had the way to get push. You were always just forced in. It's just a tough one for sure. But obviously, you're saying you're looking forward to CLOL playoffs.
NECC.
Or NECC play. Yeah, my bad. We just beat bad out of CLOL playoffs. Obviously, you're looking forward to NECC playoffs. Do you have like any big, like things you really want to, drill into the team coming in?
I think probably very specifically just our setups around our objectives and learning how to play the 5v5s is really important. I think our lanes are generally fine. I think we just aren't talking enough to get that set up.
So just with that, so as long as like better with communication, just better at kind of rebounding, knowing when to strike, when not to, will be kind of the main takeaways. Overall, like personally, how do you feel like your performance was individually throughout both games?
I think I definitely could have played better. I was not like super comfortable on brand. That was like my first brand game in like
Should have locked the TF Sarah.
Yeah, but it's okay. I think I can definitely play better.
I think you held your own though. I think you guys all like individually like held your own.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say any individual was the reason that you guys ended up falling today. I think.
Yeah, no.
It really did just come down to the team fights, as you said, right? Overall. Well, do you have anything else to say, Dragon?
No, not
I
necessarily.
don't think so. So thank you very much for joining us, Boo. Now, before we take a look at schedule, Dragon, take it away.
Yes, sir. You got the Fuel Awards coming up. We are voting. Deadline is March 20th, as you can see on your screen. That little QR code at the bottom right, scan that. You'll be able to vote for your favorite players, your favorite content creators, your favorite producers, and your favorite casters. It's obviously me and Newt. We all know those are your favorites. We will be live streaming the event on April 7th. We will, at a later date, be selling tickets. It will be in person. You get to see us dressing nice and fancy. Awards will be brought out. Awards will be announced. There will be winners. There will be losers. There will be a lot of celebrations, some joyful tears. It's a great night just to enjoy how Fuel is going. And No Man's Land
is
update.
Currently on.
St. Clair is shredding us.
No, they won. St. Clair. So Fuel ends up getting second place at the No Man's Land Rocket League land today. St. Clair Green is going to end up beating them 4-1. Still a very good showing. They went 15-1 in game score before fighting St. Clair. So overall, very good showing for our Rocket League team over there, showing the best our Fuel has. Speaking of Fuel Awards, we actually have I have the reigning Colorcaster of the Year and the reigning League Player of the Year sitting next to me.
That is true. Colorcaster of the Year, League Player of the Year right here. Will we get doubles this year? We don't know. Potential shout-out caster winner right beside me, too.
Shout-out caster, my favorite role.
Shout casting.
Now, before we head out, we'll take a look at our schedule for the rest of the week. Monday, we got some R6 for our ACAD team. Tuesday, up in the air. Wednesday, we'll be having some COD. And that's a special, special day because that's both Dragon and Tina's birthday.
Yes,
so you'll see being our caster and our observer likely going to be celebrating.
We will.
Thursday, you're going to have our Rocket League team able to see them play just as they did today at No Man's Land, and then Friday some Overwatch, and then the rest of the week up in the air. Potential reschedules are always able to fill up those slots. With that, make sure you follow all of our socials, Fanshaw Fuel everywhere, so you can keep up to date with where all of our teams are playing, when they're going to be playing, when our streams are going to be happening, and the events coming up. Make sure you vote for the Fuel Awards, obviously. Nominate your favorite person. Get them in that spot. I've been Newt.
I've been Dragon.
I'm Boo.
Have a great afternoon, everyone.
It's 2 a.m. in the club and I've been thinking lately about the night that you left and told me that you hate me. But that man I seen you kissing at that place we always drinking is the reason that I'm singing. One more shot is what I'm missing. I know I will risk it all, 'cause you're my fireball. You won't have to crawl when you gon' fly away with me. The way you lift me up, just can't get enough. Pull me out the dust, then you take me higher. This that love that don't expire, no. I got that undivided love, my fireball. Don't need no drinks when I can vibe with you. Don't need no green when I can fly with you. These lights are falling down on us right now. Yeah, and you're still shining bright. Don't need no drinks when I can vibe with you. Don't need no green when I can fly with you. These lights are falling down on us right now, and you're still shining bright. I would risk it all, 'cause you're my